Tonight is hopefully the last night of these streams. Yeah. But my goal for tonight is, regardless of anything, to try to get all the porting and disk images made up and stuff, so I can post that to GitHub within a couple of days. And then next week, I'm gonna start doing some programming in Python because, well, one of my goals is to come up with like a number cruncher, right? It'll crunch lines, renumber them, do all sorts of cool stuff like that. There are other programs out there like that, but none of those really do exactly what I want. So, okay, so last night I ended with a version for the Oric computer. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. Actually, maybe I should. Actually, when I think about it, I should probably just take a quick check of that, right? So I got that, and that. Okay, good. Okay, so now I can load up Auricutron, which is the Oric emulator. This is a bit of a... This computer right here is a bit of a weird computer. It's kind of like... It's rather like the Apple II. But, as you can see, it came out in 1983. But its version of... It uses a Microsoft Basic. It's very, very similar, though. But it is extremely similar to the version of It's quite similar to AppleSoft Basic. Yep. So... Okay. Okay, and now I can just copy and paste this in. So yeah, this thing actually pastes in reasonably quickly. Just a little bit more. Okay. Print free 0 1847 4006. Wait, okay. Okay, so now I can just do csave battle test auto. Okay, so yes. Just give it a little bit here. Okay. And now this will save this thing. Now this will save it out. The comma auto base is used to tell it to auto run it after it loads. Which this thing actually had a really, really fast like tape format. It uses like 2400 baud normally, which is, really, really good. Okay. So now I can type run, press A key. Oh, and it dinged. Nice. Okay. It's in the. Yeah, you see, it's a very nice ping. Of course, that's why they call it ping. Okay. So that works. Mostly. Sort of. Mostly. Well, it works well enough anyway. Okay. So now I need to switch my hardware over to the Atmos. Oh. Oh. Okay. And I forgot. Well, whatever. I need to. I suppose that's actually not that big of a deal when I think about it. Right, 37, 629. Okay. Actually, that's not a big deal. When I think about it, that really is not a huge problem. Yeah, right. Right, I need to, yes. The problem basically, I think just if you save a tape on the Auric, it doesn't necessarily work on the Atmos. I don't know why. So you kind of have to like resave it on the Atmos. It's just one of those weird things that. It's a bit of a weird, annoying thing, but it can happen. This will probably end up being the same. 32,823. 46, and yes, that ends up being the exact same. So yeah. C save battle test auto, and then Atmos, right? There's the Auric 1, and then there's the Atmos, which was slightly different. Yeah, the Atmos is just I think they originally had the Auric 1, and then they had the Atmos, which was an improved version, and then they had the Telestrat, which apparently was sold in France as some kind of as a teletext terminal or something. I mean, teletext is just that's something that never really took off in the U.S., but it was actually extremely popular in Europe. I mean, okay. C save battle test. So yes, I need to resave this one. Yes, now I have to save. Yes, I have to save it a second time, because otherwise, when I try to load this up when I do a disk version, it's going to be a little bad. As in, it'll start running the thing rather than having it, just loading up. So. Okay, now I'll run Okay. So here we go with 32401, 5228. Okay, so that's okay. So I have now managed to create tape versions of that. So next I have to create a. So now I need to create a version that will run off a disk. And so this is a little. The problem with Auriculator is the fact that, or Auricutron or whatever it is, its disk stuff doesn't necessarily work that well. So I need to use a different emulator, which runs in DOS. Yes, I'm using an emulator to run an emulator. Insert system disk. Enter select. Say work DOS. Space, insert blank disk. And oh, okay, there we go. So disk configuration. Yep. And then this is a, say, 40 track single-sided. Whatever. Nope. Okay. Okay, so now I can format so now I can format that disk. Same. Battle test. Nope, no formatting another disk. Okay, now I have to copy the DOS over to it, or it won't actually be able to boot. Okay. And so eject. Oh, 10. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now I can move that thing from my. Now I can move. Yeah, now I can move that disk. Okay, now I can reload Auricutron. Hardware options, Atmos, let's just say. Then hardware option. I'll do that, right? Hardware options, microdisk. Insert system disk. So I can insert. Let's see. Insert disk. Okay, so that should work, right? And then insert my tape and then cload. Yep, and now it can load that back up from the tape. list. Okay, and then you have to put an exclamation point in front of it with Oric DOS. New. Alright, and then you just do load bat tst, and it loads. So yeah. So that's it for the... Okay, so that's it for the Oric. Okay, now I'm going to move on. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the MSX, which was a... Okay. Save this as msx.bas. Okay. Yes, now I'm moving on to the MSX, which was... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. So yes, now I'm moving on to the... Huh? Yes, the MSX, which was essentially kind of a... a standardized Z80-based computer that Microsoft came up with back in the mid-80s. They did try to release them in... They actually did attempt to release them in the United States, but they didn't really work that... But overall, they didn't, work... They didn't work out in the U.S. They were really, really popular in Japan, and the Netherlands for some weird reason, and Brazil because the Brazilians had all sorts of weird restrictions about computers and stuff. I mean, that's how the Brazilians managed to get their like $5,000 or $2,000 PlayStation 4 and stuff. Right now, again, MSX is very basic, is mostly based off of Basic 80. So it's actually, so it's actually rather much like other types of basic. So it's, well, and actually the funny thing about about MSX DOS, it could actually run CP/M software natively. So yeah, so that CP/M version I made up in part 1 will run on this without any problems. (19-09-23). Yeah, this is a Japanese version of this, so... No, actually, what am I doing? Oh, that's why. Oh, okay, that was why I did that, because I was confused about that. Okay, yeah. So 23,430. So this doesn't have quite as much RAM as other basic computers. But yeah, okay, so Now I'm just going to have it type this stuff in. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, pacing with this thing is a little slower than it is with some other computers. Mhm. Only about halfway there.
Not that much longer. I don't think this is going to be running for that much longer now. Yeah, only a couple dozen more lines. Okay. Mm-hmm. 45, 75. Okay, and so now, let me see where it is. Wait. MSX, chord cassette. Okay, so now I can do C save, bat TSG. And it should eventually save it out. It's not really, yeah, it's not really telling me precisely, how much. Fortunately, it's not giving me any real indication as to how much longer this is going to be. Okay. Oh, that's true, right? Now I create a couple of disk images. Okay, now I can call format drive a one side double track. Okay, so now it's formatting a single sided disk so I can save this to it. Yeah, MSX typically used 3.5-inch discs, but some of them were single sided and some of them were double sided. So, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think the discs are fairly similar to MS-DOS format, but I know there's some weird differences or something. I think they're mostly compatible, but not completely compatible. So yeah. Okay. List. Yeah. Oh, okay. Whatever. Okay. Save a auto exec dot bass. Right. So this way it'll actually automatically boot it when your system loads. Right. And now it's time to do a double side. Okay, now I'll format a double-sided disk. Eventually, this one will finish. Even then, I'm going to make a copy of this one because I want to make a separate version for the MSX2. Just a couple of small minor changes. So because the MSX2 actually allows you to use like 80 column mode. So wow, this takes a while. Yeah, this thing's really emulating it correctly. I mean, because yeah, it's taking quite a while to format this. So. Mm, mm. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, now I can also save it to this as well. Okay, now I can type in run, press A key. I just want to wait for the ding. I just gotta wait for somebody to actually hit me.
Okay, well, that was not much of a beat, but it was something. Okay. 5235. No. Wow. Okay, that was quite a bit more, but whatever. Okay, so maybe I'll just hit the. I'll hit the Okay, so now I'll hit the reset just to show that it will auto boot. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's power. Okay, so maybe I'll try the single-sided version. I don't know. Yeah, I mean it booted. Okay, yeah. So obviously the double-sided version is a little goofy with that one, but whatever. Okay, so now I'm gonna try a. Yeah, I should. Now I'm gonna try a MSX2 model just to make sure it works on one of those. Right. Okay, so yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple of kind of minor changes here. Let me change that to be 8. If A not equal to Y, or if A, we'll say Y or Y, then 9. Let's just say, yeah, okay, or 10. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that right. Or 9. Wait, okay, that's 9. 10. Go to 12. Change that to 11, right? Right. Then have 11. Say width 80. And then change that to 12. Okay, so that'll, yeah. Then just change that to 80 columns. Okay, I save this one as a MSX2. Right. Okay, so yeah, I only did a few minor changes to this, so. But okay, so I'm just gonna say, just reload. Okay. C load. C load. Okay. I'll just reload this from the tape so I can modify, so I can just modify the necessary lines.
rather than pasting 250 something lines of code in again. Oh wait, sure. 18.8.12. And then okay, and then I can just record. Okay, so now I can just have it record this. Okay, and then this should be autoexec.bass. Okay, run. Type mismax in 8. Okay, that was weird. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, that's why. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So reload. Final. Okay, I guess I can do that right. And then now I can just reload this in again and make my quick little modifications, and hopefully this will work. world. Good enough. I don't care. $18.809. 46.22. And soon. There we go. Okay. No. Save A. Auto. Exec.bas. Run. Press A key. Oh, wait. Did I? And again, I still managed to do that wrong again. How do I keep? I know, I keep. Okay, I keep messing these things up. Honestly. Yeah. I know, I keep managing to mess this stuff up. It's getting annoying. It's really getting annoying. Okay, and now, this time, I'm just going to copy, like, the whole first grouping of lines. All of them, I don't care. Okay. Okay, so now I can. So this time everything should be set correctly now.
And yeah. Eight, 10. Run. 80 comms. Yes. Illegal function call in 11. Okay, well, I guess that won't work. Okay. I'll try yet another MSX model. Yeah, all these models are just weird. Oh, come on. Seriously? Okay, apparently okay, I don't even care anymore. So yeah, I don't actually okay. Maybe I can try one more. There's one more system I can try. I don't know. Let me see, right? A1, FS, A1, ST. Try a Turbo R and see if it works on this. I mean, these things should be able to do 80 columns. Okay. Yes. Legal function call. Width 80. Seriously? Okay, so that... Yeah, okay, well, that was a nice little experiment to try that miserably failed. Okay, well, who cares? It's not that big of a deal overall. It's real... Yeah, it's... So yeah, no 80 column support, but whatever. Not exactly a huge problem. No. Just no. So yeah, I mean, I was trying. Okay, so maybe I'll just, So now I'm gonna try... Oh. No, wait. Oh, wait. Okay. I guess I have to reload that again. Ah. Just doing a quick thing here. No, actually, I don't need to do that, do I? Actually, no, wait, that's true. Okay, I guess I didn't need to do that, because... Okay, so now I'm going to load up an Apple II version. And now I'm going to change this routine ever so slightly. Right? Yes, this is a version for the Coleco Atom, which is, its basic is pretty much a knockoff of the... Yeah, its version of basic is essentially best described as a knockoff of AppleSoft Basic. I mean, they literally went through and wrote it up specifically. Peak. So now, right, I'm writing this kind of weird routine here because it basically has to peak and equal to 13. Then 4, right? Then Y. Yeah, this is sort of a weird kind of a weird timer type of thing. But to make it be able to actually loop, you kind of need to have it be able to do an iterative loop, you need to do something like this. So I have it as print press enter because you must press enter to break the loop. But beyond that, everything else... But yeah, beyond that, everything else in here should be the same because the Coleco Atom was a... Again, Coleco Smart Basic was... Well, essentially written as a bit of a clone, so to speak. Right? Now, this is what happens when you first turn on a Coleco Atom. You get Atom's electric typewriter, which the Atom, which of course was one of the great computer debacles, it had a printer right next to it. Right? So it would load up with Atom's electronic typewriter, which let you type to the printer, essentially. And then it gave you a word processor. So, yeah, it was sort of a word processor that could also be a computer. Right? Okay, now... Right now, what I'm going... Right now, I'm not going to be, pasting all that crap in like I did before, right? Yeah, I mean, it's possible to paste stuff in, but difficult. No, wait. Okay. I mean, it is possible. It is theoretically possible to paste it in. But unfortunately, the way I do that is just weird. Again, I mean... So... Well, I think I actually have to use an AutoHotkey script, so it just becomes problematic. So, alright. So, write disk -t file test.bas test. No, wait. So I have like a Scratch file here. Test.bas test. Okay, so yeah. Basically, I just had it write the actual tape image out, essentially. Basic. Right. So yeah, the interesting thing, one of the things about the Coleco Atom was they wanted the BASIC to essentially be compatible with the Coleco Atom. They wanted BASIC to essentially be compatible with the Coleco Atom. well, more to the point, with the word processor it starts out with. So, right. Of course, one of the weird things, though, too, also is BASIC was released on a tape, right? They had these weird kind of cassette tapes that could kind of go back and forth. They looked like cassette tapes, but they were a little different. And BASIC was released on one of those tapes. Of course, later on they did develop other types of disk drives and stuff, but print 3 0 25 944. But of course, because the computer originally shipped with a word processor, catalog D2, say load test. But because it loaded with a word processor, it essentially allows you to load in, text file. I think it will allow me to load in a text file. We'll see. Because when it saves this stuff, it basically saves it essentially as a text file. List. And there we go. It actually loaded everything in nicely, so. $22.08 $7.36. Yeah, it's. And then catalog D1, save. Yeah, save that, I guess, as yeah, save as hello. Catalog. Okay. That actually looks to be a little bit smaller, probably because of some stuff it did, but now I can run. Oh. Okay, whatever. I guess the timing didn't work very well because of that. Yeah. But for the most part, yeah. I mean, actually, Coleco's Smart Basic is actually quite fast. Much faster than AppleSoft Basic. Of course, the Coleco Atom used like a 4 megahertz Z80, so it was already pretty much like twice as fast as an Apple II was anyway. Okay. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, now that shouldn't. Oh, wait. Oh, whatever. But okay, so. Alright, so I'll just try reload. Yeah, I'll try reloading that. And hopefully, once it finishes. Hopefully, once it finishes reloading, it should automatically boot it. But because I will not have actually hit the enter key, it won't know what the last key I entered. There won't be a last key I entered, and so it won't be like, oh, you just pressed enter. Press enter. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. $21.78. 66. Huh. Huh, that really wasn't much of a change in terms of memory usage there.
Okay, so now I can do disk A. And now I also want to make a version that can run on a disk as well. Okay, yeah. Catalog D2. Load test. D5. Okay. Save. Hello. List. Okay. Now I can just try reloading this again. Center. Yep. Okay. So there we go with the Coleco Atom actually turns out not to be quite as awful as I thought, but that's because I did it in such a way where we wouldn't actually have to paste this stuff in. So yeah. Okay, and so now okay. So guess this is where I do. Okay, so next I'm moving on to the Amstrad CPC. Okay. Yeah, this is. So yeah, this is sort of pretty much getting into the last of the 8-bit computers I'll be doing stuff with. So the Amstrad CPC, which was designed more kind of as a normal 8-bit computer, but it also had CP/M capabilities. Or actually, maybe I should do that. Press a key. 80 columns, right? Because I know that it's capable of 80 columns, right? And then 5 randomized time, 6, right? 7 CLS, 8 if A equals Y or A equals Y, and then then hmm.
9, else 10. Try that. Do an if then else. I think this will let me do if then else, right? And then mode 2. And of course, gotta update that. So, okay. Okay, I think so. Yeah, that should be. Oh, so your locomotive basics should have definitely should have if then else. So. Okay, so. Okay, so now we hit. So yes, here we go with the Okay, so here we go with an Amstrad CPC. Again, yet another one of those print free 0 0, right? 43,533. Paste. Now I can just so now I can just sit back and wait. Okay, so after this, I've got like a specialized version for the Apple IIgs, and then a Commodore Amiga version, and a version for the Acorn Archimedes. And then there will be a GW Basic and a Quick Basic version, and finally the Windows version, and then I'm done with this whole thing. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm still not sure when, because yeah, I've got a bit of a backlog. I mean, I've only gotten one of my streams up on YouTube so far. So, well, actually, technically, I've gotten two, but one of those isn't going to be posted for a few days. But with this, I'm gonna have like a 3-stream backlog of streams to put up on YouTube, just because may as well get them up there before I forget, and then. So between that and some other stuff I've got to be doing this week, I'm not going to be able to stream again until probably next Monday, most likely. Maybe not even till Wednesday or Thursday, depending. I don't know. I mean, that's true. Maybe next week Monday. Might be able to then. But if not, next Tuesday won't work because I'm going to be really just busy all day with stuff. Maybe Wednesday. I don't know. Some point next week. This is why I don't actually have a schedule, because like tonight I was going to start at 6 and I didn't start till 8. What is I don't know. I don't want to mess with it. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's the thing. With this, I've been creating various tapes and disk images and everything, and yeah, all of those will be in all of those will be in a 7-zip file under the releases on the GitHub page for the source code here, and everything else will be put on GitHub. So yeah, all of this code will be on GitHub in the end. Even though of course, that'll be without all of the. Yeah, but even then, though, yeah, the actual Git history up to the point at which I put it up there won't be visible. I'll just do it as an initial commit, but still. So yes, eventually other people might be able to play this. I kind of doubt anyone really is going to want to play this that much, because it's not much of a game. I mean, it's one of those things where it's more like, okay, like, how many wins can you get before you finally get killed, basically? How many dozens of wins can you get before you get killed? I mean, yeah, it's... but that's why it's a test. It's not really meant to stand on its own as any kind of a real game, so... Realistically, at this point, the whole point is more just to see, okay, can I actually try to stream, like, on a daily basis for at least a little bit, anyway. And, yeah, I mean, even though it's getting pretty obvious to me that keeping any kind of a schedule so far hasn't worked out very well. I also need to look into, maybe trying to come up with some kind of overlays and other such stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean, especially something you can play some kind of music. I mean, this music is, well, the lack of music here I'm pretty sure it's turning people away, because it's been boring without music, so. Okay, so that's it for that. 37567.
5966. This may actually be the last one of these. Okay, so no. Okay. Show tape control. Record. Okay. And now I can save this tape. Okay, so it's slowly but surely saving. Okay. So now I can hit run. No. Attack 1. Attack 2. Magic. Lightning. Okay. Yep. $37.67. 64.66. Wow. Okay. So I can just type in run again. 80 columns. Yes. And we get 80 columns. Nice. So, okay. So now I can. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to the CPC 6128, which is the. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the 128K version of it. And I'm going to now. CPM. Right, so yes, this will load a CPM. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that loaded Okay, so CPM is now loaded. Getting weird technical glitches in terms of my muting for whatever reason. Okay. Disk kit 3.
Format. Oh wait. Format. Data format. Then new blank disk in there. cpc.dsk. Okay. Okay, that's just getting goofy. My scroll. Okay, yeah. That's getting a little disconcerting to say the least. Okay, cold reset. So. No, wait. Okay. Tape. And open. And then, load. But press play, then any key. Okay. So that's loaded up now. Okay. Okay. So, disk. Save. Battle test. Oh, wait, I see what's going on there. Okay, yeah, this emulator apparently triggering my mute or whatever. That's just weird. So yeah, right, sure. Okay. I guess that'll work. Alright. Okay. So, basic.system. Copy that. Now, paste all that in. Save. Okay. Bye. And now I wait for it to load back up. Okay, now I'm going to go down to... Actually, I guess I'll move that into there. Now I'm going to load up GSoft Basic. Okay, and then load battle test list, and that loaded. So that's loaded up now. Or maybe I should just check that real quick just to make sure that that actually works correctly. Plus 882.910. Okay, so that worked. Save. Battle test. Bye. Alright, so that converts it now into a program that can be run with GSoft Basic. Let me think. It should be slot 5, right? Yeah, okay. Initialize as battle test. Okay, so now I format this disk. Okay, and now I go to make runtime. Right, this will create a runtime that can be just that you can double click on and run from the Finder. Save. Yeah, basically not totally yeah. So GSoft is kind of a more advanced basic, essentially. Yeah, I mean, from this point on, almost the few remaining systems, like half of this stuff is going to be compiled, are going to be compiled versions. So yeah. I mean, technically this isn't compiled. I think it still interprets it, but still, of course, again with a. But of course, it is possible to program stuff with GSoft that will take advantage of all the extra graphics modes and the sound and everything else that the Apple IIgs has. So Wit. I just come over here, double click this. And here we go. Okay. So yeah. You won 7 times. Press any key to return to the Finder. Okay, special shutdown. Okay, now I'm going to do an Amiga version, right? Now this isn't going to be, well, this isn't quite going to be the same as, well, a lot of Amiga versions, essentially. I mean, it's not, well, this is going to be running with an emulator called 8, or a compiler called ACE. Alright, randomized timer, just to make it randomized from that. Clear screen routine. Right, which isn't technically a clear, this is more of a routine that's designed for essentially setting up kind of the screen, right? Window 2. Battle test 0, 0 to 615, 415, 32, 2. Right. So yeah, that will, okay. So that randomizes, that sets up your random numbers based on the system timer. This sets up a screen and window for the program to operate in. And here's our dinging routine. Okay. And then we have input, press any key to return to the workbench. Right. And then I need to close the window I created earlier. And close the screen I created earlier. But, right. Oh, and, okay. Oh, and I also need to change the end of lines to Unix line endings because of the way this thing works. Because that's, you know, I'm going to be copying this over to a shared, basically into a shared folder. So battle.b. I'm going to call it battle.b.
then I also need to set up a and again I need to set up a disk image here that I can format on a 128 mega.adf. Okay. Okay, so now I can, let me see, okay, yeah, there we go, right. Put that in there. Format. No. Battle test. Yeah. Alright, so this way I can put it on a disk image. At least this thing has a nice little progress bar on it. Okay, so now I go into my shell cd pc dir. Okay, fast-io battle illegal array index. Oh, okay. Oh, no, wait. So, actually, okay. Okay, so I guess I can't use a variable to define an array, but so just have to recopy that. Change that back. Okay, I'll try this again. Wait, -io. Okay, let's see if this compiles properly. No. Okay. And I guess I can't use the same. Okay, well, then I'll just change that. Yeah, it's complaining about. So yeah, it's complaining about must undefined function or array not dimension. What in the? Okay, it must not. Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I'll just try changing a to or what in the? Say place a with
AR. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, sometimes... Again, this basic compiler may not like the fact that I'm using A for both a variable and an array. Oh, okay. Base preprocessor, assembler thing, okay. So, let's just see if this works. Oh, and it does. Cool. Ooh, and it beeps. Nice. Alright. Here. Items, potion, and I keep getting hit. Okay. You won 3 times. Press any key to return to the workbench. Actions, okay. Rename. Say. Battle test. Ah! What? Okay. So that should be it for that. Now maybe I should okay. So there we go with the Amiga version. Now I want to do a RISC-OS version. Okay, now for this I can just randomize the timer because, well, yeah, because of the simple fact with RISC-OS, you've already loaded up into RISC-OS, so right, and maybe 5 mode 0. Right. Yeah, just set that to mode 0. And save as riscos.bas. Oh yeah, that's true. I also need to change the end of line. I also directory there. And create a disk image for this. Okay, so guess I can RISC-OS. Right, RISC-OS end of line is. So yeah, with this we've got like, we don't need to wait on anything because who knows when you'll be running it after the system is started. So you'll have mode 0 to set to 80 columns because with Acorn Archimedes and RISC-OS in general, you've got enough of a screen. So copy this. Copy this into the host fs. Battle comma and comma ffb. Right? To tell it that it's a basic program because for whatever reason it's just weird that way. Okay. So
So now I insert the disk. Oh wait, okay. Formats, ADFSE. Battle test. Okay, now I go to the hostfs. So, right, I want it now. This is a text file, so I need to convert it into a form that BASIC can use. So I'm going to hit Control or Shift and open it. This does not look like tokenized BASIC. Yeah, but it is. Now I'll hit F3, save as, okay. Now I hit F12 and to get to a star prompt and then BASIC. What is that? Think host fs star host fs dir star dir star cat. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so load. Oh, that's true. I can do that with this, can I? Right? Print free 0 or print or high mem minus top. Actually, right? 651,518 bytes. Wow, that's a lot of RAM available. Load battle list. Ooh, okay. High mem minus top. 646,978. 540. Okay. $45.40. All right. Run. And as you can see, it's really fast. I mean, blazingly fast. Like Riscos is just BBC Basic in and of itself is blazingly fast, but you put it on like a 15 or 20 megahertz ARM chip, it's even faster. Okay. So there. Well, whatever. High mem minus top. And exactly the same as I expected. Alright. Okay. Bye. Quit. Quit. Okay, so had that working, right? file, rename. Okay, so then I can just double click that. And it works. Okay. So now I can just copy this over to that disk. Okay, and so... Okay, so that's it for that. So that's it for the RISC-OS version, and then on to the last couple of versions here, right? So, so let's just say, let's make this a GW basic, right? For this, all I need for randomization, all I need to do is randomize timer. Okay. And 3, and 4, CLS 0. Okay, and then print CHR 7. And okay, and that should be it for GW basic version. So yeah, not much to change for GW basic overall. So oh wait, no. Okay. Okay, so now with this. So with this, I can just load GW basic. Alright, print free 0, 6300. Then load GW basic.bas, right? List. There we go. Print free 0, 5573, 4517. Yeah, now save, battle, test, and then run. Attack 2, attack 1, attack 2, magic. Okay. Mm-hmm. $49, $43. Okay, and so that's it for the. So now I've got a GW basic version. Right. So now
what I need to do is make one. So yeah, all I need to do is make one very tiny modification here. Instead of printing a bell, I do sound 1400, 6. Right, now I can save this as quick basic. Right, copy that. Okay. QB, escape. Open program. Okay, and here we go with this, right? Run. Make exe file. Make exe and exit. Okay, and that should now work. Yeah, that definitely works. Magic. Cure. Attack. 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 Items. Okay, so that's... Okay. Get out of there, and so that's it for the quick basic. That's it for a quick basic compiled version. Okay. And now we've only got one more version left to create, which is, right? One little final version left to create, which is a Windows version. Alright, so go back up to here. Guess I do these. Right? Just copy and paste it over from that, right? Save as windows.bas. Okay. Then yeah, I need to use this. Okay, yeah. Print chr 7. Oh wait, not quite. 2505. Input. Press any key to quit. A. Okay. And so now I can. Is it? No, wait. Okay. And now I can load the free basic console. Sure. Okay, now I can just compile this. fpc-lang qb-v windows.bas. Okay, so I guess I have to also Okay, so it's the same crap with Amiga Basic. Can't use a variable name. Yeah. Save. C dash lang qb dash v Windows. Okay, and that should. Right. So that should work, right? Oh wait, no. Okay. Made a very tiny beep. Very tiny beep. Another beep. Right. So I did the whole press any key to quit, but if I just double click it. Yeah, when I double click it, the whole point of having the press any key to quit. Okay. So. Okay. So, yeah. I guess that's base. So that is essentially it. I mean, I'm finally done with all the various ports I wanted to do. So yeah, I will be putting this. I'll be putting all the source code up on GitHub, so you'll be, if you want to read through all the various basic files I came up with, you can. I will also have a 7-zipped version of all of the disk and tape images and stuff I created, so that'll be up there in the releases section of the GitHub. So yeah, and I should be back sometime next week, probably in the some evening sometime next week, to begin the process of writing a basic line cruncher. So so I don't have to think about line numbers ever again. Okay, I hate line numbers. This has proven that line numbers are awful, and I never want to think about them again. So yeah. So see you next time.